Gemini, welcome to the Winds of Jupiter August 2017 Eclipse Tarot reading. Now there's been a lot of excitement about this pair of eclipses that are coming up because they're bringing culminations, closures, releases, endings and new beginnings. And my reading can extend from 6 months to a year. Now I pulled 5 cards. There's 3 main cards, and the 2 cards on the side are the future cards. And now I'll be doing a combination card and astrology dice reading. The astrology dice represent the zodiac signs, the planets are lunar nodes, and the houses. And the cards that you received is the King of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Fool, and the Ace of Wands. Now, other than having a little bloop in the graph from having the Nine of Swords, which is going away, you have some great cards here. Now, the Nine of Swords is about some type of pain and anxiety and worry that's been keeping you up at night. This card makes me question whether you feel like a victim or a martyr of some kind of misfortune. But then again, it could just be an overactive imagination that's running wild. This might be you acting like your own worst enemy. You're in some kind of state of desolation and personal torment. Well, at least you're feeling pain, regret, some type of guilt perhaps. You're in some kind of difficulties or dilemma that maybe you caused or you allowed it to happen. But now it's time to face your fears and release yourself from this self-imposed bondage. There's some type of self-punishment going on here. But the redeeming feature about this card is it's the number 9. And it's a completion card. Are you going to a completion? And that the difficulties are eclipsing. And this is what the eclipses are about, is releasing, endings, new beginnings. This card can be the roughest card in the deck. I think at some point you were knowing and seeing life, but yet you weren't living it. It's time to forgive yourself, or maybe others, for some mistakes. Forgiveness is grace. And grace is unconditional forgiveness. There's no room anymore for the feeling of past failures or maybe even blame or personal blame. It's time to move on. And it appears you are, because you received the Two of Wands, the card about making choices and plans and decisions. And the number 2 is also about balance and partnership. There's opportunities out in the world that are being offered to you, and now you're taking the time to actually look at them. I don't think you were seeing them when you were in the Nine of Swords mode. Now this time isn't for you to launch any new ideas right now, but it's time for you to make your plans. Solidify your ideas. When you were in high anxiety with the Nine of Swords, you had a loss of vision, but now it's coming back. You haven't completely got your footing, but now you're wondering where you should go next and how you should do it. What will make you happy? Where do you want to go in life? What is your purpose? And now you have the King of Pentacles behind you, the man of earthly matters, finances and wealth, health. The one good advice the King of Pentacles can give you is have realistic goals. This is where you muster up some maturity and strength of character and confidence that you had lost during the Nine of Swords time. In order to be successful, you have to be a realist, cautious and practical in your affairs. He might be good at making money, but he realizes that money does not bring happiness. And now that you've worked through all these things, worry and anxiety, making plans, but not doing anything about it yet, and having the power of a king behind you that's able to make money, bring in good health and wealth and well-being, now the future cards are the Fool and the Ace of Wands. So now it's time for you to go on a new Fool discovery, a new self-discovery. You're on a quest that's desperately seeking you, where you want to go, what you want to do. The Fool in the card is facing back to the present, where you had been. And he doesn't want to go back there anymore. It's time to move on. Be the itinerant wanderer and find out where you want to go. Look at some unknown things and realize what wonders in the world there are, and how good it is to be alive. The Fool is seeking knowledge and wisdom, and he has all the tools he needs in his backpack. Now he just has to have the wisdom to use them, to apply them to the benefit of your life. And what better to have is the Ace of Wands conjoining the Fool. Wants you to go on a new endeavor, new ventures with passion, enthusiasm, and creativity. There's an old Latin saying that says a rough road leads to the stars. And with the Nine of Swords, yeah, it was a rough road. And now on this journey, you're going to gain confidence, strength, and power to make the changes that you need in your life. Because these eclipses are all about endings and new beginnings. In here you have the Fool and the Ace of Wands together for a promise of new beginnings. Now I rolled the dice and you received Sagittarius, Uranus in the 5th house. Uranus is the planet of surprise and unexpected life changes come under his influence. Expansion of the mind brings a different outlook on ordinary things that you usually overlook. And this is where the Fool comes into the picture. Because now you have a new attitude, a new mindset for your new life. Uranus in Sagittarius has you taking the scenic route instead of going the normal direction of A to B. And you're going to be glad you did. It's not the destination, but enjoying the journey. Some type of new knowledge is landed on your doorstep, and it has your mind thinking, innovating. Religion, beliefs, and dogma. In that order piques your interest. You might even be considering taking a trip to edify yourself in some new subjects that has recently caught your interest. You might not take a trip within the next 6 months or even a year, but you have your eye on going on some type of trip and making some plans, and that has the Two of Wands involved in it. The 5th house is about pleasure and bodes well with this. Even if you don't travel, you're going to be mulling over a way to gain new knowledge for self-improvement and financial gain at the same time. And this is just right down the alley of the King of Pentacles. Now Uranus in the 5th house exposes your unconventional side of self-expression, fun. You're seeking pleasure and satisfaction with the childlike innocence that's equal to the Fool. You just have to get to the core of the matter and figure out what put you in that Nine of Swords mode of worry and anxiety. There's a lot of fun out there to be had. You've been denying yourself the pizzazz of life. Go ahead and go into some impromptu events that are going to bring pleasure to you. And with the presence of Uranus, these type of pleasant events might just fall right into your lap. Now Sagittarius in the 5th house has the adventurous side of you coming out to play. Free your schedule to go have some fun. And if you do, you're going to attract people to join you. Join you in all of the fun. Love is part of the game, but not the focal point. Even if you have a significant other, you want to take some time just to be wild and free, but in a good way. The next 6 months are definitely something to look forward to, Gemini. So start packing your things with the Fool and go on your new adventure. And I wish you acceptance, peace, and happiness.